day for MLB DFS. We got a big 15-game slate, and DraftKings has decided to roll out a Millie Maker. So in order to help our members crush this huge prize pool, we've decided to make all of our MLB video content exclusive for premium subscribers on Tuesday. To show our appreciation for our regular Swing for the Fences viewers who won't have access to our premium show featuring the top experts in DFS, we are offering a limited time 50% discount on first payments for our weekly and monthly subscriptions, not including SaberSim. Simply use the promo code MLB50 to unlock the special limited time savings. Make sure you subscribe today to access all of our premium content, including all sports, for one low price. And with Wimbledon happening, you won't want to miss out on our tennis core plays for these daily contests. Susie's core plays have been fire recently, and the prize pools for tennis are huge this week, so make sure to check out all our premium tennis content. So use the promo code MLB50 right now to get your premium access today and take advantage of that 50% discount on your first monthly or weekly subscription, just in time for the DraftKings MLB Millie Maker contest.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Rumpier Sports Strokes Gain Show, breaking down the PGA event this week, John Deere Classic. Now, it's probably the worst field of the year. Our boy Snyder can, give his thoughts on that, but it's not a good one. You pull up the DraftKings pricing, you see some guys at the top that typically are not at the top, usually more towards the bottom, but that's what that's the hand we're dealt with this week. Prizes are still pretty big around the industry, so it is obviously important to go ahead and dive in and give the full research process. That's why you're here. You will notice we are missing one key member. Our guy AP is not with us this week. I'm wondering if it was an intentional miss here. John Deere Classic is not very enjoyable to talk about, so maybe he said, you know what, I see the John Deere, it's time for some vacation, but AP's definitely earned that vacation. He'll be back next week with us for the Open Championship, I believe, is next week. But I'm here with my guy Snyder. As always, Snyder, what's going on? Just some initial thoughts here on this event this week.
Yeah, it's a pretty dusty field, it looks like. We've got some guys, like you said, up top. When Jason Day's priced at $10K in an event and the year isn't 2016, this is pretty interesting times we're in here. But we're going to break this down. We're going to find some winners. I think there's a lot of good value guys and guys priced down that are just as good, if not better, than some of these guys in the 8 and 9K range. So it'll be interesting and fun to dive into this with you and find some winners for the guys.
Yes, no doubt. Couple housekeeping items before we hop into the breakdown and the course breakdown also. First off, we have a promo going right now, MLB 50. We just released it yesterday. You notice some of our MLB shows are kind of switching over to premium. Gives you guys a chance to get in on the action. We did 2 hours live of premium shows with all the MLB guys, myself, Mangone, JSU, Big T, K Fallick, Holden for 2 hours today, breaking down the big MLB slate. You're going to see more of that. So you want to be a member over at Rumpier Sports. MLB 50 gets you 50% off your first payment on any monthly or weekly package that does not include SaberSim. And then our guy Landa, very loyal guy here at Rumpier Sports, has been by our side through this entire journey. Had a big hit last night in MLB, and he's going to give it back. He wants to award a free monthly membership to one of the YouTube viewers tonight. So we're going to come up with a little game, I suppose. I have a couple ideas. We'll see what we can come up with here, but we're going to do a little something, and we're going to pick a winner out of the chat to get a free month subscription over here at Rumpier Sports, which does include all sports. We say it all the time, all sports, one price. You get access to everything on our website for one low price. All sports, like I said, MLB, NBA, NFL, we got MMA going right now. We got NASCAR going right now, tennis. We have tennis content for all these Wimbledon slates. So it's a good time to join over here at Rumpier Sports. MLB 50 is that promo code. Here's the idea I had, Snyder. So in honor of AP being out, okay, AP is not being here this week. We know he's on vacation, but let's have some fun with it. What is AP actually doing this week? not vacation. What do you think he's doing? Come up with something funny. If you can think of the best play on where AP is actually at, we'll go ahead and give you that membership. So where is AP actually at this week? All right, Snyder, give us the course breakdown here. I know this has been on tour for a while. It's just unfortunate they can't get any momentum. Bad timing, too, for them to have this really, really bad field with Liv continuing to pick up more and more momentum. I mean, it's a tough stretch here for the PGA Tour in terms of the events. And it's bad timing, I think, with Liv continuing to pick up more and more guys. Just give me your thoughts on that and then the course breakdown here.
Yeah, the Live Tour just continues to get stronger, and like I've been saying, I think it's gonna get even worse for the PGA Tour come the end of the Tour Championship. I think some more dominoes are gonna fall. Be interesting to see what happens there. But jumping into this golf tournament this week, the John Deere Classic is going to be played at TPC Deere Run, par 71, measuring 7,289 yards. It's right around the average green size this year at 5,500 square feet on average. There's lots of rough here, but and the rough will play actually pretty long here. It's around 4 inches in height, but it's pretty easy to find the fairways off the tee here. So as long as you can find these pretty wide fairways here, shouldn't have to deal with the rough too much. 76 bunkers are going to be in play here. Only 3 holes are going to have water in play at this track. We should expect another birdie fest here, as the average winning score over the last 5 years has been 21 under. And since 2009, the winning score has reached at least 18 under. So we're going to see a ton of birdies here. You have to get hot with the putter. 8 of the holes here are going to have a birdie percentage over 20%. 2 of the 3 par 5s are reachable, and 2 for most golfers. 3 of the 4 par 3s are going to play over 185 yards. Some of the key stats we'll be looking at here as well is strokes gained approach, birdies are better percentage, opportunities gained, proximity from the 150 to 175 range. I think a lot of the iron shots are going to be coming in at that range. And then putting, of course, with it being a birdie fest with an emphasis on bent grass.
So basically, it's a very easy course, and we have a shitty field. That's what I got out of this. So that's what we're working with here, and you'll see when we get into the tiers, it's just it's a disaster. So we'll probably move through pretty quick here, tier by tier, and then we'll get to the winners at the end. Just a couple more things. Do us that favor, if you're watching this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I know we talk about it every week, but it's very important for us to continue to bring these shows to you guys for free. All we ask is a like and a subscribe hit. We got our guy DC on all Up to Lock MLB shows through the remainder of the MLB season. The guy is phenomenal at breaking down each and every MLB slate. So make sure you tune into that part of the premium product. And then I talked about Wimbledon a little bit, and Susie puts out a phenomenal playbook with cores for every single slate. Our guy Jimbo Drums took down a nice little $900 ship this morning on Wimbledon. And it starts Monday, I think, with the bigger prize pools. I'm fairly certain. Maybe that was actually yesterday. So it started yesterday. So go ahead and check all that out. It's part of the premium product at Run Pure, all sports, one price. Let's get into the tiers here, Snyder. And like we said in the opening, man, like you're going to look at some of these names up top, and these are guys that are typically on the lower end of the pricing spectrum. It starts with Webb Simpson at 10.6, Adam Hadwin 10.4, your guy Sahith 10.1K, and Jason freaking Day. I mean, Jason Day at 10K, which is wild because he's like 35 to 1 to win this event. What are your thoughts up here?
Crazy times here with Jason Day. And my guys, I like Sahith quite a bit, but I don't know if I'm going to get to him this week. Hasn't fared well the week after finishing inside the top 10. His previous 3 top 10s he's had. I think I might just look to get overweight on Webb and Hadwin. I'm not going to play a Jason Day. Couldn't imagine clicking that name, but I do think he'll be relatively low owned. He'll probably be like 7 to 9% owned or something like that. So in tournaments, if you're looking to get some leverage off of the 2 chalky guys up here, I think Webb's going to probably hit 30%. I can see Hadwin hitting like 20, 25%, probably closer to 25%, I bet. Webb, with him, the game is starting to round back into form. He's improved his approach play in his last 5 events. I think I'm not going to overthink it here with Webb. He hasn't played here in a while, but he has played well here previous. It's been a while, but and then we look at Adam Hadwin here. he's been playing just phenomenal golf this year, as AP would say. Going to bring out a couple of his terms, but I think like Webb, he'll see some ownership here. I think with the field strength here, I think Adam Hadman's one of the best guys in this field. Him and Webb definitely are my top two guys here. He's been a really strong golfer this year too. 3 top 10s early in this year, and now comes off his 4th top 10 at the U.S. Open. So I think Adam Hadwin's a guy. He's been good around the greens. He's been all right with the putter. It's been pretty good tee to green. He ranks 3rd in this field over the last 50 rounds in strokes gained tee to green. So I think Hadwin, Webb Simpson, not going to overthink it, just going to try and get overweight on them. And then I think I'm probably just going to get off those last 2. I think Sahith is, with what he did last week, I think he's going to be right in that 20 to 25% range too, as people are going to look to get back on him. So I think it's just Webb and Hadwin up top for me this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely with you on Hadwin. He's the guy that I'm looking at 10-4. He's just been super steady all season long. I think this is a good spot for him. Webb, I'm probably going to be off. I mean, I think people just say, all right, Webb's the most recognizable name. I've seen him priced up higher on slates in the past. I'm good clicking the Webb name, and I think I'm just going to be off of him. Again, haven't fully dug in, a little bit late this week, kind of more of a first look for me, but as it stands now, I might potentially look to be off Webb, in on Hadwin. I think I'm in on Sahith. It just seems like a very easy track. Like, this track is easy, and I think it's something he can take advantage of. And, there's no, we've seen him kind of fall apart a little bit when competing with some of those top dogs. There's no top dogs here for him to compete with. I think he could, potentially run away with this one. In on him. No chance in hell I would play Jason Day at 10K. I think it's got to be one of the easiest fades on the slate. He will have some or he probably won't have all that much ownership. I still just don't have much interest in him. All right, let's hop into the 9Ks, and it doesn't get much prettier. We got Denny McCarthy at the top, 9-9. Our boy Mav, man, it's painful because that's been our guy. We've been riding Mav like hard for a while, and I think it was a couple weeks ago I said I'm back on Mav. You're like, pump the brakes. I don't think it's time. Something's not right, and you were spot on. Back-to-back missed cuts. He's looked not very good lately. Ever since that PGA Championship, he's been kind of off the rails. So I think we continue to fade here. Charles Howell III, I can't do that at 9-3, and Zadenhout. I mean, if you want a guy that's 9.1K and is going to finish like 40th, then there you go. But that's not for me. So the guy I'm looking at here is our guy Denny McCarthy, who he did miss a cut last night, or last week. But I'm willing to get back on him here. Like, you're going to have to make putts at this course, and he's one of the best putters in the world. So for me, I think this range, it's just Denny. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm arm in arm with you right there. I mean, it's tough scene for my guy Mav. He's been one of my favorite golfers over the past couple of years, as he's kind of started to elevate himself on tour. But yeah, what was really good for him last fall into the early part of this year was he had figured out the off the tee game, and I think he's lost strokes off the tee in his last 4 events. So rough scene there. Hopefully Mav can get it going again as we get back into the later part of this year, the end of the summer, and into the swing season. So I'm be off Mav, gonna be off Howe, gonna be off Bez. I'll leave him for JSU. JSU will be on, but I will be on Denny with you. I think it's fine going right back to him off that miscut. Had a pair of top 7 finishes in the 2 big time events before that, which could have been like a little. Couldn't have been taking it more easy last week after the Memorial and the U.S. Open. He played very well on both of those events. Big-time fields there. And now it comes to this easy type field. And another thing about Denny last week, it was his worst iron performance in over a year last week. So I'm just going to let that go off and play Denny here this week. But I think that's about it for me here in this range. I couldn't imagine clicking these other names, as I think some of these guys in the 8 and 7K range are just as good as those other guys in the 9K range.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're late to the show and hopping in, you're wondering what all the comments in the chat are about AP. Our guy AP is on vacation this week. So in honor of him being on vacation, our boy Landa, if you didn't hear in the opening, is giving away a free monthly membership to Run Pure Sports, which, like I said, includes all the sports on our website. So Landa had a big night last night in MLB, decided to pay it back. So in order to win the free membership, first off, you can't be a member already. You need to post a comment in the chat where AP actually is. Yes, we know he's actually on vacation, but let's play around with it and have some fun. Put your best comment in there. There is a leader in the clubhouse. I will say there's a strong one in the chat as it stands right now. So make sure to get your comments in there. We'll probably pick it, I don't know, maybe halfway through the show. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter show today because it's only two of us, and this field is absolutely dreadful and not all that fun to talk about, to be honest. But like I said in the opening, there's a lot of big prize pools. They didn't hold back. They never really do for PGA. So it's important to kind of fully dive in. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here. We'll go into the 8K range. We go from Scott Stallings all the way down to JT Poston, who had a strong finish last week, second at the Travelers, a guy that has treated us well in the past. Maybe he found something, but I start to look at these names here and I'm like, man, these guys are just as good. Some of them here, maybe if not better than dudes in the 9K and the 10K range. So Snyder, give me your thoughts here on this 8K range. We've had a lot of fades so far. You and I are pretty much on the same page with a lot of these plays, but we haven't had a lot of guys we like. For me personally, there's some names here that I'm starting to get some interest in. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely here. But I think I'm going to lead it off with another fade for me in this range. It's going to be Scott Stallings. Looks like he's going to be one of the more popular guys on the slate. I could see him. It looks like he could even approach like 25% ownership. I'm not going to be playing chalk Scott Stallings at this elevated price tag of 8-9. I don't know. I'm looking at a few different projection sites for ownership, and they've all got him in that 20 plus range, and I couldn't believe that.
Maybe because he finished 8th last week.
Yeah, he had a good finish last week, I guess. People are just looking at recency bias and just going to kind of take it easy this week and just plug the guys in, but I'm not going to play Scott Stallings there. Nick Hardy, our guy Nick Hardy, is playing way better than Scott Stallings has. He's been just three strong performances starting at the Canadian Open. He finished 35th there and then goes on to finish top 15 at the U.S. Open, and then even backs that up again last week at the Travelers with a top 10 finish. So I'm going to be right back on Nick Hardy. I think, Hoop, you were the guy that started jumping on Nick Hardy first a couple of weeks ago, so that was a huge find. That was great take there. I mean, he's definitely paying off his price. Now he's up in this 8K range, which I think you can make a case that he could be like the same price as Mav or CH3 or something honestly, that.
You look at his recent results, he's probably been the best golfer in this field the last like 4 events that he's played, which is crazy, but it's the truth. He's been good.
Absolutely. I agree with that. He gained strokes across the board last week. Definitely on him. Another one of your guys here, Adam Long, off back-to-back top 25s. Definitely live to win this event, I think. Finished 23rd here last year. And he has a pretty good solid birdie upside, so I'll be on some Adam Long here. Brendan Todd busted for menu last week. I think I like this flop-like spot for him, though. 13th at the Canadian Open and then 3rd at the Schwab before missing the cut last week. Also finished top 10 at the Valero earlier this year, so Brendan Todd's the guy I think can get hot with the putter and make some birdies, so I'm going to be on him. Cam Davis is a guy I'm probably looking at as well. I think he's a boom-bust option here. He's got a couple top 10s over his last couple of months. 2 for 2 and made cuts here at the John Deere as well. So Cam Davis is there. And then JT Poston right there at the bottom quietly has 3 top 10 finishes in his last 7 events. Gained over 9 strokes tee to green and had the putter dialed in pure last week. So en route to that second place finish last week. So I'm going to have some JT Poston in the pool as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm in lockstep with you. I'm definitely on Hardy. I think Long is probably my favorite play in this field. I mean, the guy just gets the job done at this weaker field event. Just sets up perfect for him. Back on top, like the flop leg. Cam Davis, I think, is definitely an interesting play. And with you on post. And the one guy I will add, who's been really bad, but I think like a birdie fest type event, he could excel at. It's Cameron Champ at 8K. I don't think he's going to get all that much ownership. I am interested in playing him. Not going to be like a core player or anything, but I want some exposure to him. Any thoughts on him, or you don't like him?
Yeah, I do like that play, I guess. I kind of overlooked him with JT Poston right there, but Cam Champ won that. I think it was the 3M Open last year, a weaker type field like this. So definitely has the upside. He's long off the tee. He just needs to get that putter rolling for him. But I think Champ definitely has the upside to win this event. Oh, I think you're on mute.
Just clicked it. Thought I was on mute and clicked it, and I actually muted myself. All right, so 7K range is massive, and there's a ton of guys here, some interesting, some not all that interesting. Let's kind of break it down. You don't need to talk about every guy because it looks like there's a ton in this range.
Yeah.
So give me some guys that you're interested in, and then maybe some fades down here in the 7K range.
Yeah, I'll go with Kevin Streelman. I'll start with him. He looked good last week at Travelers following a rough stretch. Gained strokes across the board last week. Had a top 10 finish here back in 2018. I think Streelman's the guy in play. Adam Shanks, the guy with the elite course history here, that if people are looking at course history, they're probably going to click on him. 4th and 6th in his last 2 trips here. Played well to Memorial and the U.S. Open before missing the cut last week. So I think Adam Shanks, an interesting guy. I'm going to go right back to my guy, Chris Gotterup down there. Right back on Mr. Gotterup this weekend at this kind of like a Corn Ferry Tour type event, field structure-wise. Finished 7th at the Puerto Rico and then busted at Major Chalk at the Canadian Open when everybody was on him. But, I mean, those last 2 events have been pretty solid in some strong fields. 43rd at the U.S. Open and then 35th last week. He's a great ball striker. If Gotterup can get that putter going and get that around the green game going, I think he can make some birdies here. Interesting to see if who goes to Zach Johnson this week. He's made all 9 of his cuts at this event. Has 5 top 5 finishes here. He was 34th last year. Doesn't have the best of form heading into here, but it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Ryan Moore, that's another guy I'll go to here. A solid, consistent golfer. 25th at the Wells Fargo, 35th at the Canadian Open, 25th at the Travelers last week. I think Ryan Armour is a solid value play for this type of field. I think he can definitely contend here. Taylor Moore is another guy I'll go back to here. Kind of my guy off the Corn Ferry Tour I was on a lot last year leading into the fall and then into the spring. He's kind of struggled as of late, but he made the cut last week and finished 32nd at the Byron Nelson a few weeks back. So he played really well in the swing season and those weaker type field events. So I think I could get back to some Taylor Moore this week. Maybe some Mark Hubbard there too. He's been very consistent cut maker. He's made 8 of his last 10 cuts. His approach play has been trending up as well over the past few weeks as well. So I like some Mark Hubbard there. And I'll save the rest for you. I know there's a few other guys in there I'm sure you'll go to that I've seen, but who are you liking in the 7K?
Yeah, starting at the top, I think John Hutt is interesting at 7.8K. I mean, just 12th, 25th, 12th, 13th. I mean, he's hitting a little bit of a stride. Interested in him at 7.8. I will go to Adam Shank. Definitely playing my guy Svensson at 7.7. I think he's a really strong play. I mean, he's made 5 cuts in a row and they continue to kind of get a little bit better as well. I'm playing my guy Nick Taylor here at 7.5K, up and down season, but he has some upside, and you definitely like him at the weaker field events. David Lipsky, man, kind of hurt me a little bit last week, but I think I could potentially go back to him again. I'm looking at these guys down here, and they're just not all that much different than the guys in the 7K range. So probably be loading up here for the most part. Hubbard in on Taylor Pendrith at 7.3K. Definitely like him. Just another guy that I think could really excel at this just easy track. Gotterup, yeah, I'm back on Gotterup. Hurt us hard at the at the RBC. Yep. Never would have thought his ownership would have gotten to that point. He's like 20% like higher stake stuff. Like everybody, I mean, you talked about him first, honestly, on the Tuesday show that we did. And then I swear from Wednesday morning on, like anything you listened to, read, they mentioned this Gotterup guy and then just gets absolutely steamed up to massive ownership. Don't think we need to worry about that here in this field. So in on him. Hank the Tank made the cut last week. I know we were mostly on him, 56, not great, but I think it's a good spot for him. Not going to do the Zach Johnson thing. People can do that if they want. I'm not playing him. In on Armour. And then Smotherman. I'm going to go back to Smotherman. I mean, he fucked us last week, but maybe returns the favor this week at 7K flat. And you said Taylor Moore. That's your boy. I'm not playing Taylor Moore. Are
you going to be playing Ryan Moore this week? He's got some great course history here and such. I think he won this event back in here. Let me see. Yeah, back in 2016 he won, and then second last year.
Yeah, in for sure. I mean,
Yep.
no reason not to play him. We like him at these easy tracks, weaker field events. There's no easier track and there's no weaker field. So sign me up for some Ryan Armour.
Ryan Moore, I meant.
All right. Oh, Ryan Moore. I thought you were talking about Ryan Armour. Oh,
yeah, no, Ryan Moore's there as well. He won this event a few years back, finished second here last year. He's actually made 4 straight cuts. I'm not sure if anybody's going to really talk about him. He's kind of a guy under the – you like him?
You going to play him?
I'll probably throw him in the player pool, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to play a
7,200.
Yeah, I'm not interested in, many guys in the 9K range. So
yeah,
maybe
good approach player.
I'll be down here quite a bit. I'll throw him in there. All right, let's hit. Actually, you know what? We got to announce the winner of the free membership, and the guy that won it was a great comment by our guy. DCC. He said AP taking golf lessons from Matt Wolf in Portland so he can try to beat Snyder at Firestone. What was the final score of you guys' matchup there?
I can't even remember. I didn't play the best on the back 9. I kind of blew up on the first. Yeah, I still won.
Easy competition. AP is not great at golf. So. Easy competition. So
we'll get another game going here.
Yeah. DCC is the winner. I like that comment. AP's not on vacation. He's taking golf lessons from Matt Wolf in Portland, so he can try to beat Snyder at the Firethorn, right?
Firethorn, yeah.
Yes. So hit me up, Mike at runpuresports.com, and we'll get you set up with that free membership, courtesy of our guy Landa. Very loyal RPS guy. So Landa, thanks for doing that. We really appreciate it. All right, let's get down to the crappers in the 6K range, and it's massive. I mean, huge number of golfers down here because, well, this field is not very good, like we said a few times. Tons and tons of options down here. Give me just a few of your favorite guys down here in the 6K range that we can go to.
Yeah, I think we're going to be on one guy for sure together. Maybe the most underpriced guy in this field is Mr. Malnetti down here. I think he's like 6,600. Pretty hurtful price tag for him.
Like just a disrespectful price tag.
Very hurtful for our guy, Mr. Malnetti. We know he's going to contend here. He's going to battle for us, so he's definitely going to be in there. And the other guy that you mentioned a while back, Callum Tarrant, I can get back on him here. Missed a cut last week after 4. He's made 4 of his last 6 cuts. I think he's a strong option this week. Andrew Novak's another guy that's made 4 of his last 6 cuts. Finished 46 last week, was top 15 at the Mexico Open at a weaker type field that was 11th at the Punta Cana. In another weaker type field, I think Mr. Novak can pay off his price tag fairly easy here. Joseph Bramlett has made 3 of his last 4 cuts. Was great tee to green last week, just lost 8 strokes putting. Still finished 56th, losing 8 strokes putting, but the rest of his game was pretty dialed in. Another guy I'll hit on is this Sung Yul No. He's made 5 of his last 7 cuts, 35th at the Canadian Open in his last outing. He's been pretty solid. He's got pretty good birdie upside. The guy can get hot with the putter, so I'm going to have him in the player pool. And then I think that's pretty much it. Maybe get to some Lee Hodges here. He's had 3 straight pretty good outings. 25th last week at the Travelers, 48th at the RBC, and then 35th at the Charles Schwab. So I think Lee Hodges is another guy in play.
I'm good with some Lee Hodges. I don't mind that call at all, 6.9K. A few other guys that I'm looking at. I'm with you on Tarrant. I'll definitely go to my guy Vaughn Taylor at 6.8K. A couple made cuts recently, not great results, but I mean, this field is super, super weak. Joseph Bramlett at 6.8K. I'm with you on him. Malnati at 6.6, just too cheap, like we kind of talked about. He's just, probably he'll be, one of the more popular guys down here, but not to a point where it's anything to worry about. Slight interest in Robert Streb. He's made a couple cuts in a row, 6.6K. Maybe Roger Sloan. I don't know. He hasn't made a cut in forever. No Roger Sloan. What's up with this Gutchevsky guy? I know you're on him before.
Oh, yeah.
Can we go to him at all or no?
I was looking at him. He's kind of struggled a little recently, but he's a hometown guy. He lives in Omaha, Nebraska here. Plays out at Firethorn a few times a year. Definitely could get back to him at 6,400. He's got some pretty good upside. Just has ran into some bad luck, I think, recently, but was 18th at the Valero. Made the cut to Punta Cana, made the cut to Puerto Rico and some weaker type fields, made the cut at the Bermuda. So, yeah, I think Gutschewski is definitely in play this week as well.
All right, yeah, I'm struggling after that. I mean, there's not much. I mean, my boy Wierenski's down here, one-time hero, now just a complete dud. I think like 5 straight missed cuts. Really can't go to him. Brian Gay. Wow, yeah. I mean, he's playing on the Champions Tour. Yeah, maybe some Brian Gay. I mean, he's been playing well over there and not great competition. His last PGA event was RBC Heritage, 51st, made the cut. Maybe some Brian Gay. I don't know. I mean, it's a crapshoot. This week is very, very random overall. I mean, it's a good week to not go.
I was actually kind of hoping Steve Stricker was going to play. I thought he was actually going to be live. He played well at the Senior U.S. Open last week. I thought he was actually going to be decently live for a long shot this week.
YDWD.
I haven't seen. I just seen the Twitter notification.
Yeah.
Just like last year, I think last year he loves this event, and last year I think he skipped this U.S. Senior Open actually to play this event. So I was really surprised to see him withdraw this week.
Yeah. Yeah. What's his price? 7.4. Just pulling him up. Yeah, geez, he's been crushing over there. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. All right, yeah, that's going to do it. The tier by tier breakdown. Kind of a slow week this week. Obviously, John Deere Classic. It's not all that exciting. We're a man down here with the AP, so we kind of move through things relatively quickly. But we're going to go ahead and get into our winners and then get out of here. Snyder, I mean, I guess there's really not many guys up top to choose from, but give me a guy up top and then maybe your favorite long shot to get it done this week.
I'm going to go with our guy Nick Hardy up there as a so-called favorite. He's 40-1, which is I'm not going to be taking anybody above him probably, but I think Nick Hardy at 40-1 is interesting there. And then for a long shot, I'm going to go with my guy Taylor Moore at 150-1. Long odds, he could get hot. We'll see. Our guy Peter Malinetti's down there at 150-1 odds as well. So I was kind of looking at him as well.
Yeah, don't mind that. I'm gonna go someone that's 35-1. My guy Adam Long. I just think he's been playing well, and he's ready to feast on this weak field event, easy course. Give me some Adam Long at 35-1, and then my long shot. I'm gonna go with your guy Goddard up 130-1. This is a good time for him to shine, showing some promise the last couple weeks. So give me Goddard up at 130-1.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Any final thoughts here? Anything you're going to be looking for this week out of the ordinary?
Not much. I should have the playbook up tonight. We'll have the core plays and tiers and Big T's note sheet and everything will be up on site. Probably sometime tomorrow afternoon. It'll all be completed. Looking forward to it. We're going to have the showdown shows going as well Thursday and Friday on the Mail Media Network. Of all the playbook and core plays for members only for the site for the showdown slates this week as well over on runpeersports.com. So join the movement and use the promo code MLB50, right?
Yeah, MLB50 gets you 50% off your first payment, weekly, monthly. You can do DFS, you can do bets, do the combo. Just cannot use it on any package that includes SaberSim. So any DFS package, any bets package, any DFS and bets combo package for a week, weekly or monthly, that code will work for. Good week to kind of chill with your bankroll. Really, I mean, this has to be like the worst field of the season outside of like the swing season stuff. This is not a good field. So high variance for sure. Play responsibly this week. We got some big events coming up. The Open Championship in a couple weeks. I misspoke earlier. I said next week. It's in 2 weeks. So, save some money for that. But yeah, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We'll have all our content starting to drop tonight and tomorrow morning, like Snyder said. So for Snyder, I'm Hoop. Good luck this week in your contest.